have robbed you of your dreams, of England, of Valhalla. If you feel I have wronged you, brother, I will make it right.
Welcome to MojoPlays, and today we're ranking the ending of all 13 major entries in the Assassin's Creed franchise. Be warned, there are massive spoilers ahead.
None of what you are saying makes sense.
Our words are not meant for you.
Before we begin, we publish new content all week long, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.
Number 13, Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
You're a weed, trying to choke and destroy everything I've planted. And you know the best way to kill a weed is at the root.
Assassin's Creed Odyssey has several different endings depending on the player's choices, and wraps up multiple storylines from the game. Players can choose to reunite with their families and receive the happy family reunion ending. The Cult of Kosmos is also eliminated, and finally Cassandra carries the Staff of Hermes and meets Layla from the modern day.
Know nothing. A good friend told me that once. Possible. Cassandra?
It feels anticlimactic, and it's a small payoff for such a lengthy game. The modern day plotline is poorly executed, with many feeling Layla lacked depth. It's also poorly paced, feeling like it just suddenly speeds up and then abruptly finishes as soon as the payoff begins.
Yeah. Mater bandos. Here.
Number 12, Assassin's Creed Unity.
Mademoiselle de la Serre as well.
This is quite the reunion.
Stay hidden. Keep him talking.
The main motivation behind Unity's plot is driven by Arno and Elise's desire to kill Germain, the Templar Grand Master in revolutionary France. Germain becomes the final boss, but unfortunately, Arno's love interest Elise gets herself killed after recklessly rushing to kill Germain herself.
Elise! Elise! Elise!
Her death felt rushed and pointless, and didn't feel like a rewarding end to their storyline. Additionally, Germain was an underdeveloped villain, and many felt Arno had little development in the entire game. The modern day plot was also lacking, focusing on using Arno's memories to find the Shroud before the Templars. However, it turns out he hid the Shroud deep within the catacombs. So the whole game is rendered pointless, since the Templars were never gonna find it anyway.
All that we do, all that we are, begins and ends with ourselves.
Number 11, Assassin's Creed Syndicate.
Mr. Starrick! You forgot to escort me home!
Jacob and Evie Fry are the twin protagonists of Syndicate, which concludes with them tag teaming against Crawford Starrick, the Templar Grand Master in London. Working together in the final boss fight is great fun, but other than that, the ending was nothing special. The pair are then knighted by Queen Victoria, and also recover the important Shroud. Starrick is a fairly two-dimensional villain with boring motivations. It's the most predictable ending in the series, without a single major twist or surprise. And on top of this, the modern day plot has nothing to offer. It ends with a cliffhanger of Rebecca and Sean losing the Shroud and discovering Juno is sabotaging Abstergo. While its gameplay was praised, its story left a lot to be desired.
You have played your part, my instrument. I will save you. I will save you all.
Number 10, Assassin's Creed Origins. Bayek is a Medjay on a quest for revenge, seeking to kill the Order of the Ancients. He and his wife Aya are the protagonists of Origins, But despite playing Bayek most of the game, you play as Aya for the ending. She goes to Rome, where she assassinates Caesar and threatens Cleopatra.
Then be the ruler our people deserve, or nothing will save you from my blade across your throat. You are the last of the pharaohs.
The pair then begin training other hidden ones, thus concluding the assassin's origin story. It lacks a satisfying end to Bayek's story, instead focusing on the hidden ones rather than his personal journey, driven by the death of his son. The modern-day storyline is once again weak, lacking any depth or engaging aspects. The rest of the game is phenomenal, but the ending feels disappointingly rushed.
I am now the Hidden One, known as Amunet.
Number 9. Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Father!
Valhalla's ending is the toughest to reach by a significant margin, taking almost 100 hours for most players. The ending doesn't provide as much payoff as you'd hope, with quite a few common complaints.
Sigurd!
Ah, the Hanged One awakes. Feet upon the ground once more.
For instance, the shift in focus from Layla to Basim is abrupt, and feels like a rushed end for her chapter. Making the primary 3 characters Isu reincarnations, which were also Odin, Loki, and Tyr, was a divisive move, and felt convoluted to many. The modern-day plotline feels even more disconnected too, and many wonder if it should still exist. Eivor's story also lacked emotional depth, leaving many unsatisfied by its payoff.
You're less mine than I'm yours. And I ask of you only this. Keep me honest in the times to come.
Number 8. Assassin's Creed Brotherhood.
A cardinal revealed under stress that Cesare plans to meet with Templar loyalists in the countryside. The cardinal departs for the meeting tonight.
I will follow him.
The final fight with Cheshire in Brotherhood looks magnificent, and Ezio throwing him off the walls of a fortress is one of the most iconic moments in the franchise. In the modern day, Desmond and his team finally locate the Apple of Eden, hidden in the Colosseum. When Desmond touches it, Juno arrives and forces him to stab Lucy.
It is done.
This cliffhanger was extremely controversial, since Lucy was a fan favorite. It's also revealed in a Revelations DLC that she was actually a Templar all along, making the ending even worse in hindsight. Despite this, the game is widely acclaimed, and remains one of the most phenomenal entries in the series. Number 7. Assassin's Creed Mirage.
Last chance. Very well.
Mirage has an interesting ending, which shows Basim coming to terms with his identity as Norse god Loki, and then getting access to Isu technology. It also reveals that Nahal never existed all along, and was just a mirage of Loki, which is one of Ubisoft's more creative ending twists, despite its predictability.
And there you were. All this time. The side of me I resisted.
This ties into Valhalla wonderfully well, setting Basim up as the villain of the game, and explaining his desire to take revenge on Odin. Some still dislike this ending, mainly on account of its reliance on Isu lore and reincarnation plots, and it detracts from the grounded historical narrative that the series tends to focus on.
Should any of them still walk the earth, I so look forward to our reunion.
Number 6. Assassin's Creed 3.
I do not understand.
Nor need you. Only do as we ask. Then, you may do as you wish.
Following both the plots of Connor, a Native American assassin, and Desmond, the ending to this game was simultaneously amazing and abysmal. The conclusion to Connor's plotline is remarkable. It's a gripping tale of failure, which ends with Connor realizing the government he fought for doesn't respect his people's rights. He then buries his medallion in a tragic and iconic moment for the series.
Save one. Your touch. A spark. A spark to save the world.
Wait! Desmond's ending is much worse, since he sacrifices his life to save Earth, but releases Juno. His death felt anticlimactic after 5 games of development, and the modern-day plotline has only meandered since. Juno's story was only concluded in the comics too, which barely anyone read. It's one of the most memorable endings in the series, despite being so divisive.
It's some sort of global aurora borealis. Never seen anything like this before.
Number 5. Assassin's Creed.
I found proof.
Proof of what?
That nothing is true, and everything is permitted.
The first game culminates with a series of revelations, such as Al-Mu'alim's betrayal, his plan to use the Apple of Eden, and the fight between him and Altair. After defeating his master, Altair tries to destroy the apple, but instead opens a map revealing other hidden pieces of Eden. In the modern day, Desmond receives a warning from the mysterious Subject 16, hinting at a larger conspiracy on the horizon.
The hell were they keeping here before me? And what happened to him?
This cliffhanger intrigued a lot of players, but others felt it became convoluted, especially when Subject 16 and Juno got involved. Despite these complaints, it does a remarkable job of discussing complex themes such as power, free will, and control, providing a memorable conclusion.
Let's go. We've got a lot of work to do.
Number 4. Assassin's Creed Rogue.
You're the traitor. I'm just finishing old business.
Rogue is the only entry where you play as a Templar, Shay Cormac, and the only one where they succeed, killing Arno's father and taking the precursor box. His arc was a fresh perspective in the narrative, and his transition from assassin to Templar is a unique twist.
Never share our secrets, nor divulge the true nature of our work. Do so until death.
It's fascinating because it shows the assassins aren't always the heroes, and portrays their morals in a new perspective, with Shay questioning their eagerness to resort to violence. Shay's journey ends where Arno's begins, which makes Rogue and Unity feel more connected than other titles. Rogue stands out as one of the darkest entries in the series, with a fascinating ending.
Join us, and a bright future will be all yours.
Refuse.
Number 3. Assassin's Creed 2.
Always the fighter, just like your father. Well, rejoice, my child, for you will see him again soon.
Few games can match the epic scale and masterful character development of Assassin's Creed 2, which ends with a dramatic series of events. After fistfighting the Pope, Rodrigo Borgia, Ezio obtains the final piece of the Apple of Eden, and then chooses to spare the life of the man who killed his family, instead of letting revenge consume him.
Killing you won't bring my family back. I'm done.
Juno also appears, and speaks to Desmond through Ezio, linking the two timelines. Its blend of historical events with mythological phenomena, such as Juno and the Isu, resonated with many fans, and set up the complex lore that would be focused on for the rest of the series.
The rest is up to you, Desmond.
What? Who is Desmond?
Number 2. Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag.
Then it's up to us to recover them, before the Templars catch wind of this. You could join us in that cause.
I will, but only after I fix what I mangled back home.
Edward finally learns to embrace the Assassin's Order, after a long journey that completely transforms his character. In its last moments, Edward learns of his wife's unfortunate passing, and meets his daughter Jennifer, who he sails home to England with. He vows to continue the fight against the Templars, with his days as a pirate coming to an end.
Will you stay with the Assassins?
No, I haven't got that kind of conviction in my heart. You?
In time, aye.
He has one of the best arcs of any assassin, transitioning from a selfish pirate to someone committed to the Order. Overall, this is one of the most satisfying endings in the franchise, discussing themes of redemption, legacy, and consequences.
And joy be with you all.
Number 1. Assassin's Creed Revelations.
Hold on! Hang on, Sophia!
Look out!
It would be almost impossible to top Revelations' ending, which brings Ezio's story to a beautiful conclusion. It's celebrated for its emotional depth, showing Ezio's discovery of Altair's library and deciding to leave it untouched.
No books. No wisdom. Just you, fratello mio.
This is symbolic of how much Ezio has grown since the first game, and he shows he's finally accepted a peaceful life. He says farewell to Desmond and gives up his weapons, symbolizing his desire to strive away from violence. Ezio then retires, beginning his new life with Sophia, his love interest. It provides a satisfying outcome to Ezio's tale, and is, without a doubt, the greatest ending in the series.
Who are we who have been so blessed to share our stories like this? To speak across centuries.
How would you rank the endings of the Assassin's Creed series? Let us know down in the comments section.
Let's get going, huh? A few billion timelines might take a while.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, there's more where that came from.